Hello, good afternoon. We're going to talk about co parenting with a narcissist. How on earth does that happen? And how could it even remotely work, right? Yeah. Well, I can tell you it's not an easy task, that's for sure. It's a struggle every time my child is making contact with the narcissist. A few things I can tell you to do. The best thing to do is limit your contact as much as possible. You want to keep it brief if you have to text or talk to that person, your ex. You want to be professional. You want to keep it short, sweet, to the point. You want to keep the topic about your child, about the routine, when they're going to be picked up, preferably where they're going, what they're doing. Um, Arrange phone calls if they're not able to have their own cell phone. I had it to where we had an idea to have my daughter have her own cell phone, one of the cheap ones, so he can call her on the phone to where he wouldn't be using, be trying to contact me on my phone. Every once in a while, though, out of the blue, he will try to do the breadcrumbing to send me little texts of, about going to lunch or dinner. Come to mind you, this is the same malignant narcissist I've dealt with since I was 27 years old. I'm 38 years old now, so you can imagine the stories on that one, because they're not too pretty. Anyways, so I do have a tracker on my daughter's phone, so that's something, another idea you can look into, having a family link on your phone. My ex-narcissist does not spend that much time with my daughter, therefore, so I don't have to worry that often. I do have 100% custody of my children. So if he ever got out of line with her in any way whatsoever, I would cut it completely off. There's no doubt about that. So with myself, I limit as much contact, verbal contact, any kind of physical confrontations, or any kind of extra chat that is unnecessary. I limit all of that as much as I can. So for my own well-being, my own sanity, because even after all these years, still tries to disrespect when no one's around, still says nasty comments, disrespectful comments, and little put downs, and I won't deal with it. I'm not going to deal with it. So the best thing I can tell you with that, if you have to do court orders, we went through the courts, we did the mediation, we did the parenting plan stuff. Of course, the judge dropped all of that because we were not married at the time, so he's not on the birth certificate. So there's a long issue with that. But the point is, co-parenting with a narcissist is going to be one of the biggest struggles, because this person that you want out of your life can't be fully. So you have to limit yourself and give yourself the boundaries, and let them know if they're crossing them, and if they are, just shut it down completely. Now your child does want to obviously see the other parent, if they're, not abusing the child or, um, you know, putting them in harm's way. Um, they will sometimes use the child against you. They will use the child to, they interrogate your child, and, it's very hard to deal with, because I know a lot of times he asks questions about what we do in our lives and stuff like that. So, the petty stuff, you just can't let it bother you. But co-parenting is very difficult, and I've thought about just completely cutting off. But then she does like spending time with him, so that's something hard to deal with as a parent. It's a very icky situation, to where you're kind of stuck in between, what to do with that situation. But as long as you can limit to where he can't reach you as much, because he's wanting to get after you, or she's wanting to get to you and to cause you stress and cause you to be upset, and if you react, then you're right back to where you started. So just try to do what's best for the child. Let the child be happy, with both, if they can, if it's possible, and just limit as much contact with the other parent as much as you can. And that's really what I've been doing. They have threatened about withholding stuff in the past, financial stability. So we've gone all through that icky mess in the past. So there will be bumps in the road, and you just have to keep fighting through it. All right? Don't let it stop you. So, all right, guys, love you. Peace.